Well, it's 2024 now, and if there's one thing that's been consistent over this last year, it's been the integration of AI into almost everything. From data analyzation, to chatbots, to image generation, and even all the way to 3D videos that are indistinguishable from reality. But that's not all. It's also been introduced into cameras, photography, and videography. AI is in everything. Now we're going to be doing an entire series on the different areas that AI has been introduced to, so be sure to subscribe if that interests you. But for now, this is the Xbot Go Gimbal, and this is their T1 tripod. They come together, but this right here is one of those devices that has AI now built into it. And the intent here is that you set this thing on the middle of the court or the field, spin it so you can see it a little bit. Ooh. Nice. Set it at the center of the court or the field, and it automatically traces either the ball or the players to follow the sporting event or the game. There's a lot more to it than that, but that's the gist of it. We're gonna dive in, give you an unboxing, review, the whole 9 yards. Now this gimbal and app was originally developed around recording soccer matches, or if you're outside the US, football, obviously. But it's expanded to way more than that, and there's over 20 plus different sports that you can actually use the AI-based features within it to record. You can also just use it as your typical gimbal and actually select yourself, whether you're doing solo practices, training sessions, or just you're trying to film something. First, let's go through what you get in the package. So here's the primary packaging, and I should note that they did send me this to review, so I'm not sure if this is the retail packaging or how it actually comes when ordered from them. Here's the packaging, and then inside of that you have another box, which to me looks like the retail packaging. Really nice box. They definitely did not skimp here, you can tell. So let's peel it back, and boom, pops open. And then inside you have your instruction manual or owner's manual. First, we'll open this up. We've got a little carry pouch. It's like a fake suede kind of material, pretty good quality. And we got our USB-C cable, USB-C to USB-A to be particular. And then we have a little lanyard that comes with it as well. Over here, we have a little mini tripod with a 1/4x20 thread to thread onto the actual gimbal. This will help you stand it up pretty much anywhere you want. And then obviously we have the gimbal itself. Comes folded, Xbot Go, USB-C port on the left. We got a little zoom in out rocker on the right, unfold it, and there we go. There's our gimbal. Push and hold, and there it goes, snaps into place. You have a mode button there on the left, changes the modes. Power button doubles as a portrait and landscape toggle, and then you have your directional pad. Goes left, right, up, down, and then you can, do it in any direction that you want. I guess one thing that I haven't mentioned is that this is specifically for phones. You can use iPhone, Android, any phone that you want, but this is the clamp that comes with it is specifically for your mobile device. All right, and here we go with the T1 tripod. Again, pretty good packaging. Inside, we have the tripod, which comes in a nice little carry pouch. Xbot Go T1, you can see it right there. Inside, you have the tripod itself, comes in a plastic sheath, and that's it. So very simple here, not a lot to it. It's a pretty small tripod, but it does get the job done. Now, this version of the tripod, the T1, costs $69 by itself, and it extends up to about 46 inches, just shy of that. The legs all pull out, have exposed aluminum, twist locking legs and feet, folds together pretty nice. And then obviously on the top of it, you got another 1/4x20 thread, which is, you guessed it, where you'll thread on your gimbal. And there you have a nice little compact setup. Now, if this T1 tripod is not big enough for you, they do offer a T4 tripod, which actually goes all the way up to 13 feet. But enough of that. Now let's talk about the fun stuff and the reason you're probably here in the first place, the AI features and just how this gimbal actually works. So first and foremost, the AI features within this gimbal are pretty much to just follow the team and follow the ball wherever it goes, depending on what sport you select. But there's a little bit more to it than that. So a couple of the key features to focus on are that it will actually follow the ball or the puck or whatever it is, if it's able to, and if it's not, it will determine that and then follow the direction of the players depending on what it determines is the right direction to actually pan the camera as it goes. So that's pretty cool. it doesn't actually have to see the ball in order to do it. If it won't see it, it'll just follow the players. Another thing is you can actually select an individual or track based on jersey numbers, which is very cool. Let's say that you're playing in the match, you're number 13 or something like that. You just boom, 13. It'll follow you pretty much everywhere you go. And one of the really cool things is you can actually control it via your Apple Watch. So if you're the one playing in the sport, or you're recording yourself doing a training session or something like that, you can actually just control it from your watch on the go. You don't have to actually run behind the camera or behind your phone, fiddle with it, hit record, and then run back out to what you were doing. You just go. They also do have an available remote control. However, I do not have that, so can't tell you how it works, but judging based on everything else that I got, it's probably pretty good. And if you're recording by yourself and you don't have an Apple Watch or you don't have the remote control, you do have the ability to use different gestures. I don't know what they are, but you have the ability to use different gestures to control the actual app and the recording. So now let's talk an actual review. Well, this thing was built around recording team sports, and unfortunately, I'm kind of beyond my team sports days. I don't really participate in any of those anymore. But one of the cool features of it, like I said before, is you can record yourself doing different training, different activities, things like that. And I can vouch this definitely works extremely well for that. It easily tracks your movement back and forth, and when you're just using it to record videos, it tracks you flawlessly. The fact that you can record over 20 different activities itself, to me, is pretty wild. A lot of them are still in beta, but that's okay. That just means that they're expanding the capabilities of the app and they want to make it proper before they actually release it officially to everybody. And the cool thing is it works just as well as a normal gimbal, tracking yourself, tracking your movements if you're just trying to record video. And again, I do think that it's awesome that you can actually just use either your Apple Watch or gestures or the available remote control to control it, so you don't actually have to keep running around back and forth, and that's a great feature. Now, a couple minor complaints are that when it goes back and forth, it does tend to go a few degrees at a time, meaning if you're gonna go across the screen, it's gonna turn a few degrees and then kind of pause, and then it's gonna turn a few more degrees as you go further and then pause, and then a few more degrees and pause, and a few more. So it's a little bit jittery and jumpy as you go, but overall, the fact that it can follow you and follow a team and a ball and all that is pretty awesome in the first place. The other complaint that I do have is that it doesn't offer 4K recording at this time. So even if your phone can do it because you're using your phone on the gimbal, the actual app can't record in 4K, unfortunately. So do I think I'll continue to use this over time? Well, my wife and I, we have a 1.5-year-old right now, and she's obviously too young for actual sports, but in a few years she won't be, and she'll be joining sports like all kids do. And I do think that this is going to be a great device to be able to set up. You just throw it up. You can actually watch the sport. You don't have to be that parent going like this with your phone, which is okay for some, I guess. But if you have this, you might as well use it. Throw it up on the tripod next to you. You can watch. It'll record if you so choose to record, a 4-year-old running back and forth. But could be fun. Anyways, that's really the only use that I see for it right now for me. I'm not a big trainer. I don't participate in any team sports, but the fact that it does work very well is promising. And if you're the type of person that would be a good fit for that, then I would highly recommend the Xbot Go AI Sports Gimbal. And if you want a kind of minimal tripod, here's the T1. Like I said before, they do offer the T4 tripod if that's going to be more your speed. But I mean, it is a standard 1/4x20, so you can put it on pretty much any tripod you got. So if you already got one, just screw it on, good to go. And like I said before, we're going to be doing an entire series on things that have AI built into them, and we're going to be doing a giveaway of one of these Xbot Go gimbals. So be sure to subscribe, don't miss out on that. And if that's not your speed, make sure you check out one of these videos about which are the best apps for your phone, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.